This is my third attempt to record. I'm getting an echo horribly in my ear, so I need to turn my sound down. There we go. Okay, I can just hear myself now without echoing. We're going to show you how to set up a letterhead with pages. Open Pages, choose a blank page, double click. Now, what I would suggest you do is set up a letterhead first up. We're going to try this one here. I'm going to do a formal black one this time. The last two efforts have been red and blue, so we're trying black. Now, we're going to leave that black background there, and we're going to superimpose the text box on it. But the text box, we don't want to be interfering with other things, so we're going to reset the arrangements. So you click on Arrangement here, and we set the text wrap so none of the text is going to wrap. That keeps it nice. Now this is just going to be a title of our place. So we'll call it Hampstead Manor. Of course, we need it bigger. So we'll set it up so that it's at least twice. Yeah, about like that. We'll center it. We'll make it bold. We'll change it from Helvetica Nui to Lucinda Grande. And we'll change the size of this box a little bit so it makes it easier for us to align it. Now we're not going to be able to see this if we go in there. So what we want to do is change the color of the text. So we'll set it as a light gray so we can see it here. To move it, and guess what? It just fits. Pretty lucky. Probably a little bit smaller than we would want, so let's move it out slightly so we can get to the place behind it. This is a layer behind it. So we want to make this a little bit bigger. That's about right. And change the curve slightly. Drag that little radius clicker in the corner. There we go. Okay, so the text box is aligned in the middle. Hampstead Manor. We're now going to put a date text box here for the date. And you notice that pushed that text out of the way. So we're going to change the alignment on this also, so we don't worry about it. I use text boxes to do everything. This is a standard letter. And we could just type and have the body there. But I'm not going to do that. Now we're using Lucinda Grande. I'll show you another trick here. 1415. And we'll leave that regular. And we'll say, today is M-A-R-C-H, 14, 2018. Very old-fashioned, but then we're trying for a bit of elegance here. Drag that back. I'm just clicking and dragging. So that looks a bit small, but to be up there, so we'll bring it down here. Move it across just a little bit and increase the text size just a bit. Now the nice thing about this is that you can actually muck around as much as you like and it doesn't make any difference. Okay, so there's today's date. I'm going to turn this vision off so that it doesn't keep distracting us. Okay, we want to put a body box in. We're not going to bury bodies. We're going to have an alignment. Again, I don't want it bothering other text boxes right now. If we do another type of document, I'll show you how to use alignment. But today, it's just getting a letterhead done. So this is the body. You got your date at the top. We'll extend the body down a bit, right down to the bottom here. And I'm just dragging it into that little box when the arrow appears. And we want one more text box. Where's that other text box gone to? Oh, I didn't hit the text box, I hit text. So we'll hit a text box here. We'll go to alignment because it's pushing the other text out of the way. And we'll bring this right down to the bottom of the box. Just click anywhere inside the box and you'll be there. You'll be right. Okay, we haven't quite gotten to the bottom of the page. So there's the bottom of the page. If you're doing your signatures in modern method, you would have everything on the left-hand side here. Quite a bit different from when I was a young man in school. Okay. And here you type in again, Lucinda Grande, probably 15 point. Okay. This can be, we can be Joe, JoeSiphine, Fred, not. Okay, not quite long enough. So, whoops. We need to drag that across a bit. It says Nerf, that's okay. 269 Great Eastern Highway. HWY. It wants to change it to Y. I don't want it to change to Y. Midland. You might recognize the address. WA 6056. Okay, we now have a text box. And to finish it off, this letter's almost finished, this little bit and piece. We're going to say, Dear, D-E-A-R. We're going to leave the rest because you're going to add that when you send the letter. So we want the final text setting here is Lucinda Grande, 15-point text. And notice I didn't select that, so it's still the wrong one. Lucinda Grande, 15 point. So, you now have a text box. You can put borders on these boxes. You can do all sorts of things. But I would suggest leaving it like this. If you're going to save this now, it's going to be Fred Nurk. I like Nurk instead of Nerf. Fred Nurk. I mean, New Zealand comedian used to use that a lot. Okay, so there's our letterhead. We save it now. Save as. And I'm going to save it as a template because I wish to use it again. Add to the template chooser. And we're going to call it letterhead. Letterhead is already chosen by another one. Oh, okay. So this is letterhead 2. That's one I did at the lesson. This is a little better. Okay. So I don't want another template right now. This has been saved. Ooh, no it hasn't. This is, the template has been saved. This needs, if we're going to send a letter to Fred and Ginger, here, F-R-E-D. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. It keeps trying to correct. It's really interesting. Autocorrection doesn't work on everything. Best regards. So now I didn't leave a best regards here. I should have done that in that, so we'll need to make that box bigger. Best regards, B-E-S-V-G-A-R-D-S, Josephine and Fred Dirk. Okay, I'm just using simple commands here to get this going. We have to click outside the box, click back on the box to show its borders, maybe move it up a bit, and that's it. Now we'll save this, and we'll save this as, and yeah, I'll leave it in the documents. Letter to Fred and G. Ginger. You don't mind the spelling mistake there, do you, with 2 caps? Click on this, it shows you where everything is. Shows you what's there. You can put this anywhere you like. Don't be rude. So I'll save it in there. And that's the end of the lesson.